You're in the gutter, and you just met the Rat King. I need to make sure I get the stream link and post it. Oh, wait, I already did earlier, so I can just copy it again. Yeah. This fucking leg won't glue on right. God damn it. Wargaming was a mistake. Miniatures suck. They don't glue. And the crystals keep getting misaligned. So, fuck. Let's make sure it's live and that we can be heard. Cool.
All right, everybody talk at once.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Cool, it works.
Howdy,
hey,
howdy.
we are here.
Howdy.
Marius is going to be a tiny bit late, but we have some time to catch up. Hello, I am Trisky. I run this dumb channel, and welcome back to the only campaign that still seems to be running on it at the moment.
Hey, that's not true.
And once every few weeks. Actually, it has been true.
This isn't a dumb channel.
No, we're just dumb people that are on it.
Part of.
Oh, that's so sweet. Shut the fuck up.
It's the only channel I'm part of. Congratulations, you win by default.
Truly a victory worth having. But yeah, it's been a little while. I am going to give a... assuming that Marius remembers well enough, I'm going to give a brief summary of what happened before and just sort of set the scene for our situation. Then when he gets back, he will rejoin, but for now, we don't really need to wait 100% for him, luckily enough, because of...
Did he not just join? Am I losing my mind?
Oh, he did. I wasn't paying attention. Hey, Marius. Yes, quack to you too. God, I hate this thing so much.
Yeah, you can't close both doors. I would close out our escape route.
God damn it, I hate this so much, so fucking much. We were muted.
Oh,
I hate this. I could hear myself when I opened up the stream. What the fuck happened?
You know what's even worse is I was gonna ask like a few minutes in for like a double check, and I was like, no, he's learned. He's learned.
I opened it up on YouTube and listened to it. I heard myself, and then somehow when I look at it again later on, the fucking microphone and voice chat like things in OBS are muted somehow, and I don't fucking get it. I hate everything. Okay, quick summarization, because we can't really go back and redo everything just naturally. They were in the room with a bunch of guys. The one calls himself the Rat King. They were talking to him about stuff. Give me a minute. Sorry. Father. They were talking about stuff with this guy called the Rat King. He mentioned that he is the king of the rats, and all of his other friends come out of nowhere, all holding bolt guns and smiling like weirdos, and they make a bunch of weird jokes and talk erratically, and then you reveal that your goal here is to find information and verify whether or not this archaeotech exists. He's like, yes, you want information. We traded information. They start talking to each other, and apparently because he's intoxicated, he just accidentally gives you the freebie of, oh yeah, our neighbors seem to be a little bit weird. They might have something. And then they talk about moving out potentially, but all their stuff's here, yada yada. And with that in mind, they then proceed to disappear into fucking nowhere. You guys move about a little bit and look at a couple doors. Sigismund gets a premonition that beyond the first door that you look at is the emanating taint of chaos. And in result of this, you prepare to try and open the door. The first door you're not able to open up. You get a tiny little headache from reading some weird symbol on the screen. Back around and go to the other way. You find the other door. You get an even worse headache on this screen. Take a corruption point and manage to get access to the computer to open the door. You open the door and you look inside the room, and it sounds like debauchery, smells awful, and has like a sewage pipe pumping into it. And oddly enough, you are noticed almost immediately, and a gentleman wearing weird amounts of pink and barely anything at all comes over to the edge of this top of a bunch of shipping crates, points a plasma cannon at the door, and even though you close the door behind you, he shoots a hole through the door and knocks it off of its connections, causing it to fall into the cogitator and snap it apart. And then you guys run and nobody follows you. That's what happened. It was a lot cooler with how the dialogue and everything was going when we were actually doing it, but that's fucking gone. So that's all you get. Sorry.
Deal.
Yeah. We have to deal too. It's not what I would want.
Deal.
So that's basically where we're at. There's a group of strange weirdos that are probably tainted by chaos in a room to the bottom right that tried to murder you guys already. But as you run away to escape, they do not pursue. And that is where we ended off. So,
all right.
God damn it, Scroll. Why couldn't you have been here when we started up the stream and just mentioned that so much earlier? Love you, Scroll. Thanks for dropping by again. I appreciate you.
Fucking whoopsie doodles.
Yep. I swear, I opened up the video on YouTube and I could hear myself. That's why I thought we were good. And then it broke at some point after that. Anywho, groceries are here. I'm going to let you guys deliberate amongst yourselves for a little bit and go help bring those in. So, B or B.
Yes. All right, so I don't think we can take on the laser. I opened a door to the south of us, and there's a bunch of, like, thorns and such. Sigismund, I think you would do great down there with your fire.
Sigismund, you might be muted.
No.
Oh. I had to double check it. It's a running theme.
Fair. But yeah, there's also this door, but I'm not sure if we check this one or not, or if it just leads here also.
Right. Huh. Oh, the two doors to the right, he said, just lead back up. Oh wait, the three doors to the right. Yeah, I can see the dock door also lead up to the same. Why are there two doors that lead to the same room?
IDK Astrisky.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm
Don't worry about it.
fucking worrying about it.
Don't worry about it.
All right, so thoughts? How are we gonna?
My first thought
No,
is
pop on this
going
one.
back into the room that has a leaking promethium truck, fill one of the things up there with promethium, and throw it into the door.
Mhm. Fair.
Or we could try persuasion. Or
Or
we can try the thorn path. Let's see if that goes anywhere. Or we can fuck it, we ball.
that's not a good idea.
I kind of want to fuck it with ball for the Emperor personally, but hey.
No. This is a democracy if that exists.
I wanted to lock the doors
No.
and open up the sewage pipes on them.
No.
But democracy exists, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
So instead, we will do a very smart and intelligent play.
Which is
Fucking we ball.
Not yet.
okay. If 2 out of 3 decide to fuck it with ball, that's over 60%, which is technically democratic.
What the hell is that down there?
Don't worry about
Good
it.
question. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
No,
about
I'm legitimately asking. I still have a zoom bug, so I'm really zoomed out.
it.
I legitimately cannot tell what it is.
It
Oh,
is
down
a
there, it's
bunch
thorns.
It is
No,
a
no,
bunch of
like
thorns.
past the thorns.
Oh,
At the very end, there's like a gray thing.
oh. I can't see
Yeah.
that far.
It's kind of like
I
a
don't
robot.
know.
Looks like rocks. Yeah, it looks like rocks.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of rocks. Or debris.
Some debris.
Also, let me see if I can just open this door. Yes. We can also just open this door. I'll take Freddy with me.
Close back, close back.
Close it back, close it back.
It never happened. He doesn't watch the VODs.
It never happened.
He knows all. We're gonna fucking die now.
Obviously, those people in there need to die.
Look. Look, man, I don't want to wait 20 more minutes to open a door.
No, I agree. That's what I was just saying. We can either use your fire to
Yeah.
run through all this
Mhm.
thorn nonsense, or yeah, we can just open up this other door. I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
I could try walking through the thorns. My agility is
I'm
surprisingly
just
high.
trying not to be the decision maker all the time. I
That's
want
fair.
other people to have their times to
Okay.
just
32,
make
what do you-
decisions.
Yeah,
what
but
are
you're the
you
face.
on?
We want you to make this.
You're the face. Okay. 32, what do you want to do? Do you want to do the thorns or this door? I'm leaning towards this door right now, but I don't mind doing the thorns.
What are the odds that door doesn't do anything?
Now I'm down for this door. Probably just leads down to more thorns.
Honestly. But look, the floor is different.
The floor is different.
Totally, this door is something that is supposed to be opened by up with ease and not a bug.
What did you guys do whenever the DM was gone?
Yeah, you're right. I don't watch the VODs, but I did come back inside with all the groceries, and I do have a wireless headset, so.
I told you he sees all!
Anyways, we want to go through this door, I think.
See these
That
nuts?
door there. Yep.
Yes,
If
and
it opens
already
for you, like
openable.
you've already figured out it opens for you, you may open it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try that from now on. Rather than asking, can I open this door? I'm just gonna try and open the door.
Wonderful. 32 goes first, like always.
Keep in mind, if there's like a Capcan style fucking Rainbow Six Siege trap on the door and you open it, I will set it off on you.
That's fine. It's what I
But-
want. What I deserve.
What I
I've been a
want.
good boy.
It doesn't lead anywhere.
All right.
Let's go.
All it
So-
leads to is another goddamn computer terminal.
You enter this room full of vines and such, deciding, yeah, we're going to ignore the chaos guys that didn't pursue us. They totally won't just get together and pursue us maybe later on. Totally not a threat anymore. Don't worry about that at all.
That sounds like a later me problem, not like a now me problem.
Yep. And in doing so, you come into this you come into this other room, and in it you find massive vines of thorns branching out from within the grates in the ground and within the decrepit, abandoned vehicles of this room, which its original purpose you can no longer understand. Somehow they have not managed to puncture through the tank to your left, which, without even you don't even need a perception check to know that this is a promethium tank, so if it bursts, there would be leaking fuel all over the floor. And you see this room filled with vines and thorns, and look through it. It is a bit hard to see, and it is very hard to navigate through this room, but as you come in and look about, you can move as you see fit for now. If something triggers, I will just pause.
Gentlemen, I'm
going to leave this to you all, and I'll kind of like take the sling and pull out the carbine and kind of just take point.
Even look at that computer terminal. I can't read.
I will once we, clear out a little bit more of the area.
All right, I'll walk through this first. I need roll an agility check or something.
Getting through all of this. If you are careful and such, then you don't need to roll anything, but it is difficult terrain, so you move much slower. If you want to navigate it quickly, then we'll be doing checks.
What the hell's that in the corner? Oh, those are...
You see in the corner a crane, a large, overrooted, obviously decrepit, broken piece crane over in the corner, just sitting there.
Fuck it, I'll just send Fred to keep watching.
Yep.
Alright, so he's watching out in case the guys are coming up behind you.
Yeah, what are these tanks?
Those are promethium tanks, fuel tanks.
Oh, wonderful.
Alright, I'm all the way down here.
You're all the way down there. You're surrounded by piles of yet more detritus, smaller fuel tanks intended to carry around fuel to the vehicles instead for long-term storage. The crane itself, which is still covered to the brim with thorns and whatnot, but is in a decrepit state. Nothing else seems to be of note.
Is there a nozzle by the big tanks?
So what's there? Fuel tanks? Ah, I see. So it's a good thing we didn't set these things on fire.
So the fuel tanks have a cap, much like you would have on your car, that you would lift up and then be able to fuel from. At least in this sense, this portion of the Imperium decided to actually give a shit about some form of safety, which is not usually the case, but overall this entire thing seems to be very solidly thick, filled with, you don't know how much, if it's even filled at all, or if it's completely empty, but they're promethium tanks. They have a flap on the front that you could open up, and you would have to put in a hose of some sort to suction out of it. It doesn't have a hose that extends from it.
What's the blue collection of cells on the crane?
Those appear to be some form of plasma-based power source. In reality, the light, if any, emanates from them is severely much weaker than that. It's just how the art asset wound up being.
Hey, CC.
Yes.
Can you make a bomb?
Oh, I could attempt to. What do we need? Just promethium, a little bit of fire.
We got promethium, we got plasma cells.
Yeah,
we got the Emperor.
I have a feeling I could probably craft something like that. I haven't really made bombs before, but I mean, I get the gist of them. It would be like, unstable cells.
The gang makes a bomb. Cue the It's Always Sunny music.
Well,
How are you treading through this room, by the way? Are you approaching it just like that, carefully stepping over the vines kind of way, going slowly about it?
Yeah, I'm like kind of like ducking under, like stepping over.
A lot more ducking under for you, to be honest.
Yeah, it's probably
More so
a lot
than the
easier
others.
for me.
Probably a lot more stepping over for me.
All right.
Yeah, I'll
what
kind of
is-
check this machine.
Yep, it is a decrepit crane. It is simply intended for lifting around what you might assume it used to be used for things like those storage crates, those shipping crates that you saw in the other room over. But this is very much rusted, decrepit, covered in vines, no longer functional. It would need like a team of mechanics to work at it for a few days to get it back to functionality.
That
Where are the vines coming from? Just in between like the grates and.
So you would not know, but Sigismund, would you like to roll a difficulty 4 common lore for me? On the happenstance that
Sure.
you might have heard about this out in the greater Imperium during your brief time.
nope.
you fail.
Can or won't?
Can't or
Something,
won't.
don't seem to recognize any of this.
What can I use to? What'll I use to roll if I'm trying to like put together like a bomb? Because you said there's like cells and some promethium and things like that.
In
like it's
this case, it would be
it
a
wouldn't be
very
safe
difficult.
one.
It would be a very difficult tech use check. But first, you have to
Okay.
gather the materials.
Right.
If we can't find a way to set up a trigger and everything, we can always just roll a barrel of promethium in there and shoot it.
Also an idea.
Is this thing right here on wheels, like tank on wheels?
That is basically just a piece of, like, equipment for using the promethium tanks.
Alright, time to move it.
It is basically a, sorry, the reddish tank is basically welded, bolted to the ground. The other part is not of much use to you. It's on a flimsy frame, and it's just there to allow connectivity between the tubes that pump the promethium. So, all in all, that device is not going to be of much use to you.
By the way, unless you needed some more help moving that shit, I was gonna say, I was just gonna also go to be on an even deeper lookout, basically, to an extent.
This right here, this is a tiny tank on top of a thing, correct?
Yeah, it just looks like what would have been like a small carrying around canister for some of the promethium. Upon inspecting that one appears to be empty.
Did this machine just run off promethium, or does it actually have any like volatile cells that I could rip out of it?
There are plasma cells up top, the blue glowing things. In reality, like I mentioned before, they are very, very, very weak glows. It is not as obvious as that. It is like you basically, unless if it weren't this art acid, I would have made you do a perception check for it, let's say, but you notice it well enough. But it is up there. They are very glowing weak, but they are still glowing in some capacity, and you know that plasma lasts a good long time. The stability of these particular cells are in question, but that might be to your benefit as well as your detriment, depending on how you approach it.
Well, I could take some of these cells and set them up like against maybe the door so that if someone comes through, at least get one blast. I don't think they'll make for a very good grenade.
Keep in mind, this is a rather tall forklift intended for moving around shipping crates, so those are up really high.
Yeah.
Can I take this empty fuel canister?
Yeah, You can pick up the empty promethium can.
All right.
Yeah.
Or is
32. Do you want to run back and fill that with some promethium?
Yeah, I'm looking for the hose.
There is no hose coming out. Like what I described it as is there's a cap that you can open and it has like a tap in it, but you do not have a hose that comes out of the promethium tank. The promethium canister that you have has a hose in it that you put in and then you start it up. It is a bit counterintuitive, all things considered.
I'd like to fill it up.
You start up you connect it and you manage to find the pressure valves that allow you to begin the process of pumping the fuel.
I will ask 32 when he's done to just kind of hoist me up so I can start grabbing some of the cells. Hey, even if it takes out one, that's worth it.
CC, he's not going to be able to just hoist you up. It's tall enough that you have to climb the thing.
Oh.
It's a crane.
Carry him?
Can he throw me? At least, like, so that I can get the beginning started?
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Just carry you up there.
Is there a climbing? No, athletics.
Yeah, it would be athletics. There is a ladder of some sort, but it is very much decrepit and rusty, so it would not be.
What would be
most
the
trustworthy.
athletics check for me carrying him up there?
Carrying? No, I need you to throw.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. I'm ignoring it.
It's a great idea.
It's a good.
Do you not remember the jump that I could have made?
Exactly.
Yeah, you totally could have made it.
I'm not giving you the fastball special.
It's fucked up.
Damn. I see we are at an
What's the check
impasse.
to throw him and what's the check to carry him?
The check to throw would be a 4 difficulty. The check to carry him would be 5.
You son of a bitch.
The difference being that the carrying check, if successful, brings you all the way up and sets him there. The throwing check must be followed then by a athletics check on his part to climb the rest of the way.
Yes.
Difficulty 5.
Yeah, you're giving me a really good start, possibly.
Skrulk in chat going 32 not ballin' at the moment.
Listen. We about to be balling, but we ain't balling currently. We got pre-ball.
Sigismund, are you around? Where are you?
He is much further back, keeping a watch out, so he can't hear any of this.
That is smart.
If you need him, you can fucking scream at Freddy, but yeah.
God damn it, it's a fucking...
Alright, you got it.
You can also just get Freddy instead.
You got it. If you just throw me, I can make up for whatever bad throw you do.
No, you can't. Don't lie to me.
I can't. I'm an expert jumper and climber. I can make it.
Give me a second. I'm seeing if I can take any drugs to make me feel better on this.
Yeah, maybe make sure that your tank isn't pumping you full of estrogen. Oh!
No.
Shots exist, but he's not taking them.
Exist. Alright, I'm just gonna start climbing.
Wait. Alright, I'll throw you. Fuck it, yeah.
Look at that! How'd you get a red?
That's difficulty 4.
Oh,
No,
difficulty.
difficulty 4 is for purple.
I just clicked on athletics and clicked increase difficulty.
That is upgrade difficulty, effectively. Difficulty 4 is for purple. Redo that.
That's way less
Pretty much
success,
the
but
same.
also way less threats. Yeah.
Pretty much no change, honestly.
So the red
No.
dice are what happens if I choose to use a ruin to increase the difficulty of your check. I upgrade
listen,
it, and that means that there's potential for critical failure.
What's my difficulty now?
You're climbing up. Athletic. You have been thrown up far enough that it's athletics difficulty 2.
Yeah. Ooh, cutting it close.
So, 32 comes over to you. You have this bickering conversation for a little bit, and then he finally agrees to lift up the little squat and fucking football chuck him up towards the top of the crane. You get thrown about like a good 3/4 of the way up the crane and manage to latch on to the crane with some minute sense of elegance and climb up the rest of the way. As you reach the top and now sit atop the bar of the crane itself,
I think what you
hear
meant
some
was
shuffling sounds and hissing.
Oh, I'm sure that's fine.
I want your opinion, DM. I will ask for. He'll didn't leave us to that.
Yell
Various
down at you, like,
points
I told you I can
around
make it.
you seem to shake violently in response to this sudden noise as part of the rusted crane's ladder falls to the ground and clatters in a cacophony of metallic clangs like a steel pipe sound effect from a dumb meme video. And as you sit
I had
up
that
top,
sound effect of a
shaking back and forth, you see popping up all around the room these.
No, not PNGs.
You are both allowed to give me a common lore check. Considering these guys, they aren't super common, but they are common enough. It is difficulty 3.
Why must you fail me, God?
Must you fail?
It's okay. I don't lose.
32. In your past, you have had to come across these once or twice, but you never had to fight them. And as far as you're concerned, it would have been an interesting fight that you would have preferred not to take. And now there are 6 of them. These are called Miliosaurs. And they are massive, armored centipede-like creatures native to Necromunda. So for once, they aren't an invasive species. They've already been here.
Sigismund, you don't have an earpiece, do you?
Probably
We
not.
all have earpieces.
Or cool.
Do we?
Yes.
Do we all have?
Oh yeah, I do have a micro bead.
Wonderful. I just really quick. Sigismund!
Okay, time to book it.
I keep seeing 6 on here, but I see 4 things on here. Do these count as one group or are they?
Oh, one of them is just in a weird spot that you can't really see very well.
So there's 6 separate entities.
They are one mob group.
They are one mob group, huh?
Which means they have a combined health pool, but that also means that their stats are upgraded and combined as a result.
Maybe I could lead them into the room with the chaos cultists.
Well, suffice to say, you guys need to roll me some initiative. I am going to start up a new active encounter and get everyone involved. I'm going to do myself a favor and make an extra copy of the Miliosaur to add that I won't accidentally delete because it's off the map. Just for, like, initiative order.
Let's go.
Learning. I'm
So
learning.
I click on the fist. I click on myself. And then
Click on the dice within that fist menu to the right of your character.
Yeah.
If you hover over the name, they all just say PC, but if you're hovering over the right one, your character should get highlighted on the map.
Do we roll vigilance
This is
or cool?
This is vigilance. Because it is an ambush.
Okay, I'm first right now. Should I also roll for Freddy, or will you roll for him?
Yes, if you would roll for Freddy, I'd appreciate it. I'm gonna roll on behalf of
Goddamn.
Miliosaurs here.
God damn it. I can't see the goddamn fist. Hey, where's the fist at on this?
Damn, they rolled
Top
actually
right.
very shitty.
Next to the little
It's
chat
to the
icon
right-
in
it's
between
to
the
the
people
right.
icon.
Yeah, it's the second tab in the top right. Are you zoomed in too far again?
I am zoomed out too far, yes. I still have that zoom bug. Alright, vigilance. One success. 0 difficulty?
Just roll it as default if you don't have anything that gives you buffs.
I do have one thing that gives me a buff. I get automatic success.
Alright, then add one success and roll it. Right, that is turn order. Oh, did you do it from your sheet and not from here?
I did.
I'll just re-update it to the one you just rolled. 2.3.
But honestly, shouldn't change anything.
It doesn't really matter too much because you're all in order anyway, so if you really want, you could effectively just
Yeah.
do it as you see fit.
Okay, a quick question, Trisky. How much can I move with one move action or what have you?
So just for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going by similar to D&D logic. So each block is 5 feet, and you have about a 30
It
foot
is 5
movement
feet.
range.
30-foot grave. I'm just gonna...
As soon as you hit the thorns, though, it is difficult terrain, so you move at half speed.
Cool, so I'll get to move till like over... This is like 25 feet, so give me a second.
Yeah, you can move up to like here without impediment. Anything further is going to be...
Paused. Unpause it.
Alright, yeah, true. There we go.
And I'll just... So I can move like up to... Give me a second. Fucking thing getting in the way. Up to here, I believe. Here.
Yep, and moving any further beyond that is
Then-
difficult terrain.
And then how much terrain is it to do an additional action? Because I want to start doing my funny battle hymn.
So I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
you need-
you can, assuming you're not shooting, you can do it just fine. If you want to shoot as well, take a strain.
I don't even... Okay, from my vision, I'm pretty sure I cannot even see at the enemies. Yep, so I'm just gonna do that with my Lord Hailer. You can actually hear me.
Yep, so he starts going humana humana, praise the Emperor.
Yep.
Wonderful.
But since he was out of the room initially when this all happened, that's the end of your turn, so I'm going to just do this and then move to the next one. Freddy, on behalf of us, would you move him for me, please?
Okay, so what do you want Freddy to do? Just move down, I assume?
He is up to your discretion. He is your unit, so if you want him to just charge in there, go ahead.
I'm like, oh my god, there's a bug there. He's gonna to shoot that one with the bolt gun. So
Alrighty.
just roll on the bolt gun, any extra difficulty other than the base 2?
Do you have the target selected?
Yes.
The Miliosaur have 1 range defense, so 3 difficulty total.
Miss.
Alright, shoots wide. That is the end of that turn. It is now 32. And you have 2 right near you.
I mean, there's no reason not to hit him. I will hit this one. Let's see.
They're a minion group, so you can within reason hit them, just them as a whole. So, and you're close enough that you can basically do it for a decent amount. So just select one of
I'd
them
like
as a
to
target.
aim twice.
All right. I believe that would be a maneuver followed by a second, which would be strain.
Yep.
And then do your attack roll.
Don't forget your blue from the hymn.
No,
I
no.
get 3 blues.
Even I forgot to do a blue for Freddy, but would it have mattered? Maybe. Let me roll a blue real quick. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. No. No, no. Go. No.
It canceled out the threat. Not that it really did anything in that particular circumstance, so
Yep.
no difference, really.
I'm going painful blow, the target. So I'm going to increase the difficulty by 1, and if it takes damage, it gets 2 strain every time it performs a maneuver.
Alright, so they have 2 melee defense, so whatever it is, normal plus that one from the maneuver from the specific attack plus 2.
Alright, so difficulty 3 boost.
Difficulty 2 by default, so difficulty 5.
Difficulty 5.
Yep, by default, everyone, unless stated otherwise, has 2 difficulty to hit them in combat. Defense adds 1 die of difficulty for every point of defense, and then your maneuver also adds a difficulty. So difficulty 5.
Alright, I'm going to all out attack him too, which I'm going to add 1 blue dice, and he can add 1 blue dice.
Alright.
Actually, I take that back. That would be crazy.
It'd be crazy.
Doesn't matter. He don't miss.
Is that a crit?
3 successes? It is.
Alright.
It is now disoriented for 6 turns.
Alright. Take up your big old beefy ass hammer and you go up to the Miliosaur that popped out right next to you and you're like, I would prefer you to not. And you lift it up and hammer down. Oddly enough, a small portion of its head continues to stick out of the hole and it hisses back at you, but very weakly.
Since it crits, it's also knocked down. I'm not sure how that would work. Hey, if it gets up from the maneuver, it takes 2 strain. Let's go. How do I want to expend these? No, I didn't get triumph. I only got successes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just succeeded. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, the extra successes add to your damage. The advantages and triumphs would give you crit like properties. So you do
It looked
did
like
not
it hurt
actually
any.
crit. Oh yeah, it's like within that particular one is like within an inch of its life.
Damn, they got 13 HP.
All right.
All right, your turn, Steven.
Is it?
I think so.
Up on the crane, you look down and you see these giant centipede things come out. 32 mashes one most of the way back into its whole whack-a-mole style, but there are still numerous about you. And from your high up perch, you can see one that the others cannot, as there is one sitting atop the Prometheum tank over here.
Ooh, then I will go for that one.
Quick question.
All right, roll.
No asking questions. I will use my once per combat aim as an incidental to give myself a blue dice without using a maneuver.
Nice.
Wonderful. And if I were to go to take a second shot, what would I do?
I believe that additional shots are related to specific things that guns can have. This one actually doesn't have full auto.
No issues then. So I will take a shot, and then if all I did was shoot, do I still have a maneuver?
You do, yes, but keep in mind you're on top of a crane. They can't particularly reach you that easily, but if you want to go down, you're gonna
I'll
have
use
to athletics.
aim for my next shot next turn.
All right.
So then I don't have to do any strain next turn. So I'll just kind of like, I took a good shot. I'll kind of line up my next one. And that's my turn.
So, as you look about, you see the one Miliosaur perched atop the Promethium canister. You point at it with your carbine, entirely ignoring the fact that if you were to have missed, you would have shot the Promethium tank and burned this entire room to the ground because the vines are very highly flammable.
Mm-hmm.
And plant a round between its eyes, and it falls flat on top of the Promethium tank, dead.
Let's go.
As you ticked it over the amount of health that a single one would have. So, one of them is dead.
Here, I have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you earlier. I just wanted to see if he would accidentally shoot the Promethium tank.
It would have been real funny.
Yes.
How does my crit work against a mob?
It does affect the mob as a whole, effectively, just for the sake of simplicity. But crit is determined by advantage or triumph, not just by successes. So that's why it didn't work.
Steven, you lied to me, you son of a...
It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, just for clarification, successes beyond the one success you need to hit deal additional base damage. So it says... So you got one success. You see it says damage 9 plus 1. That one success is that one damage. Meanwhile, his custom Warhammer had 11 plus 3 because 3 successes and dealt 14. That's what additional successes do.
Gotcha.
A certain amount of advantages let you do effects. Having a total of like 3 advantage lets you do the critical effect for your weapon or a triumph. And that's how that works.
Oh, right. And I was like, wait, how did I kill mine? Oh, right. Mine has Pierce. So it also ignores Carapace.
The reason you killed it is because they are a mob group and therefore they share a health pool. So you ticked it over from one being alive to one being dead.
Gotcha.
And for the sake of the fact that you were shooting at that one and not the other one next to him, it made more sense for it to,
of course,
die.
That one to die. So, thematic, story stuff, Genesys system, yay. But yeah, that is the turn. Alright, next turn. The Miliosaurs scoot around this area with extreme ease, swarming towards your tank. Meanwhile, one begins to climb the crane towards the gunshot, toting Little Man up top there.
You know, I heard you said your tank. I'm like, what fucking tank do we have on the map? And then I saw him swarming me. I was like, ah.
Yeah, that tank.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Sigismund, I now declare you're the tank. Go swarm in.
So these guys have a trait called Crawler, which means that they do not ignore. They just ignore difficult terrain, so they can move at full speed. This is their home. They're in there.
All right.
The one Miliosaur begins to ascend the crane. I am going to have them roll a athletics check for me to see if they manage to get any decent amount of the way up.
Private.
All right, so for the sake of this, considering you're a good bit up in the air, they can't make it all the way up to you in one turn, but since they're a crawler, they move basically at normal speed vertically. So there's a Miliosaur about halfway up the crane coming towards you, CC.
Wonderful.
And because it succeeded that one... Yeah, you did aim. If you somehow manage to miss, though, it will reach you next turn with no problem because it succeeded the athletics check.
Even worse news for him. I'm good at grappling.
Are you gonna fucking just try to DDT a centipede off of a crane, you motherfucker?
Oh, I'm gonna tombstone this fucking worm.
God damn. All right, fair enough. Your funeral. I hope you're ready to make a new character. Moving on.
I want to be celebrated by being shot into space.
Here's a quick question. Every
Yeah.
single one of these things maneuvered. Shouldn't they all have negative black dice and also be taking 2 strain for every single one of them moving?
Wait, because of what you did?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should
they will
mention that.
What was the effect and what prompted it? Was that the critical thing that you were talking about? Because you did not crit.
No. I did painful blow. Your character makes a combat check, which you may voluntarily increase the difficulty by 1 to use this talent. If the target suffers 1 or more wounds from the combat check, the target suffers 2 strain each time they maneuver until the end of the encounter.
All right. So I will throw you a bone here. I'm not going to do it on every single one because it sort of was on one of them, but I do want to stick by my word that it will affect them as a whole. I'm going to have the effect of it on the minions. So in this case, like it would be 5 of them rolling. We're going to do half of it and round down, so 2 black die on all of their attack rolls.
Yeah, I still
I still
feel like that's even in our favor,
wrong.
so I'd say that's more than fair.
All you do is take 5 strain.
They take 5 strain.
If you have the effect, yeah.
Mobs don't take strain. That is how they work. Minions don't take strain. If they would normally take strain, they would just take damage, so they've lost 5 health.
Oh, alright, I'll take it.
That's how that works. They don't even have a strain pool in their character sheet. It just doesn't exist.
And why the fuck did he allow me to take this down?
Because it's legal, and he'll also just make things worse for us later. You dealt a lot of damage.
Because I'm going to throw, let's see...
4 of them at me? By the way, you're rolling all these privately.
Oh shit, yeah. Let me re-roll them publicly then. I did not mean to.
Oh, thank God, the toxic doesn't matter. Fuck, I took 4 damage.
Did you have enough soak to just damage minimum 1 all of those?
7 soak and 2 melee defense.
All right. So I'm going to double check one thing because they did technically get triumphs, but I forget if minions like these can even get crits. So I'm going to double check that real quick, to be fair.
They said, I'm going for the jugular.
If any of them crit, I will actually have to roll for this toxic effect. Actually, no, I won't. It'll get down to an easy, so that means it just has no effect. God damn, crit 9. Is it even possible to get 9 advantages and triumphs?
Maybe.
It would take 4 damage, which is a pain in the fucking ass.
I'm shuffling through the Genesys book for the thing. I also knocked something over, which delayed me a little bit, so I apologize.
No issue.
Because I vaguely remember that they don't get crits, but I want to make sure just so I can potentially deal with your smug ass.
You
Just
Is
say
it-
fair.
Yeah,
Just
that's
say
fair.
fair.
Is it possible to get a?
Just-
It says crit 9. Is it? Does that include all of them put together? Rolling, or is it? I was like, God damn, getting a 9? I don't think that's even physically possible.
Yep, minions do not suffer strain, minions do not possess skills, minions fight as a group, and that's already accounted for. They share a wound threshold. When characters attack a group, they attack the group as a whole, not an individual. Critical injuries straight up kill minions. They don't do effects, so you have just killed one. Uh, the minions gain a skill rank for each member of the group beyond the first. So that allows them to do stuff. Alright, so I must have misremembered that critical injuries kill minions thing, as minions can't crit. No, they can.
Did they crit?
Let me double check, but I believe so.
You got 7 advantages and traps.
Alright, so 2 of them crit.
Alright.
You said you have what, 7?
Yeah.
Any hits from this weapon ignore a number of points of soak equal to the weapon's pierce rating. So they all have pierce 3, so they all ignore 3 soak. You have invulnerability to that toxic stuff, so the rest of that doesn't matter. But they all have pierce 3 with the bite. So, what is 7 your soak after the pierce or before?
4.
All right, so you have effectively 4 soak against all of these guys. So 2 of them deal 9, so you take 4 damage from 2 of them, a total of 8. And the other 2 deal respectively 6 and 7, so you take another 5. So 8 plus 5, 13 damage.
God damn it, that's more wounds than I have. Hold on, I got a drug for this.
Could we use a glory to hopefully negate the crit?
I forget that's one of the
I
ways
got a
you
drug for this.
Or
allow it.
Or because now that we know he's gonna go down, could we instead just use a glory for him to just stay on his feet? He keeps 1 wound.
Considering you didn't really pay attention, you underestimated it, I will throw you a bone. You can remain upright on 1 health.
Fair enough.
So for every individual one you kill, you lower their power as a whole. But so long as there are that many, they are a significant threat.
Alright, for the glory, I'll just say I injected stem.
Okay. So yeah, they bite into you. They all are somewhat disappointed when they realize that their normally very poisonous and toxic bites appear to do nothing of any particular damage to you in that respect. But they do take good chunks out of your flesh and cause you to bleed rather profusely. You remain standing, however, due to sheer drug use. And look down back at the Miliosaurs as we move on to our next turn.
Great.
Alright, hopefully a good bit of them can actually fucking die.
Hey, Siegfried, you can move. Keep in mind, half speed.
You fucked up the name. And second,
Sigismund, Siegfried. Yeah, I remember now.
second, I shall move
That works.
forwards. Suffer, I believe, 2 strain to keep my humna going.
Hibbity hobbity.
That's not wounds, that's strain there.
Hibbity hoppity.
And then I shall CC. Do you want any help?
Nope.
Cool.
Keep in mind, when you attack these guys, you attack them as a whole. The flavor of who you're shooting at does affect it somewhat, so if you do shoot the one climbing up the tower, then yeah, that would be the first one I would generally
I assume
take.
while he's running, he's like, CC, do you need any help? Humana. And I just go, nope. And just aimed my barrel directly down at the one climbing.
Difficulty 3 or difficulty 2, because there's an entire fucking pile of them on 32.
They are range difficulty 1. They are melee difficulty 2. So only add 1 purple die to your standard, so 3 difficulty total.
Great. Double checking that my humna doesn't count to me.
Don't forget your blue dice on your own thing.
And battle him. Allies. Only allies. Job work.
Do you want to re-roll to try and help him out? You do have glory.
Nah, he can one-shot them better than I ever could.
Alright. Then Freddy is going to head on in. It is now his turn. He has like 1 more tile of free movement, and then he reaches difficult terrain.
He can shoot from there. I believe in him.
So that would be a total of 15, 25. He should be able to get a shot in there. Still difficulty 3 if you want to do that. And them being grouped up doesn't increase it for you in any way. That's how it usually is. Or doesn't decrease it.
We split
either.
up those stims between everybody, so we might.
I'm about to use them all.
Should I do Freddy's check or does someone else want to?
Whoever would like to do the shot, yeah, if you would, please.
You go for it.
Okay, cool.
I do not.
I sort of want you
on
controlling him.
53.
Considering you weren't in the thick of it from the get-go, I sort of want you to at least have a second thing to do.
1 blue. No.
Can I get out of the thick of it?
He gets 1 advantage.
I'll add a black dice to one of their next rolls. Cool. It is now Mr. Bleeding Profusely's turn.
Do they have less than 4 brawn?
The stats of the Miliosaurs. Let me double check what their brawn is. Their brawn is 3.
Alright, I can add a blue die.
Oh, me. My name? Bleeding profusely.
Alright, I'm going to guard twice.
Alright. You gotta try and take any of them out?
I'm going to swing too. I'm just going to only be able to add 2 blue die to it.
Alright, give me a swing. Melee difficulty 2, so 4 difficulty total. Alright. Let's see, how much more does that do? You swing your hammer down, and the one that you initially hammered back into its hole after it has poked it out again to bite at you, takes another hammer to the face and crumples into a chitinous, bloody ichor mess in front of you, splattered across the ground. But the remaining 3 look you down.
Maybe we can
Still
get Chan
hungry.
armor off of this. Alright. It's now 4 black dice to hit me.
Yep. It's CC's turn.
I want to shoot it. The one
took an aim.
that's climbing up. Yep.
So go ahead and use that.
All right.
And you do have a maneuver at the beginning of this turn if you want double aim it.
And it's still difficulty 3 because the one ranged.
Yes, ranged attack. He's climbing up. You're shooting down at him. It's difficulty 3 total.
Beautiful, beautiful. Woohoo!
All right.
So I'm saving my wins selectively. And then I'm gonna
As
drive
it-
home and I'm just
as-
gonna hit every pothole on the way back.
As it climbs up towards you, mouth agape, screeching in its way, you plant numerous bolter rounds into it and it falls below you to the floor in yet another Icarus chitinous mess.
Since there's nothing for me to actually, like, do before I shoot it, I just make the shotgun sound with my mouth. Just...
Ka-chow.
Wow.
yeah. And then an actual bolter sound comes out and it's like, whoa!
Yeah, suffice to say
He's
the
up there
bolter sound
having
is a lot
fun. I'm
more.
down here fighting for my life.
Are there bolter shot? Oh, hold on. Questions for later. Continue.
There isn't an equivalent. There is not a canonical bolter shotgun, if I correct. The closest thing to a shotgun, as far as the video games portray them, is a melt gun, but it is also an anti-tank vehicle. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about like
I'm
a
pretty
heavy
sure,
stubber? Isn't that a shotgun?
heavy stubber is an LMG.
Oh, you're right.
There
I
are
don't think
combat
eBay
shotguns.
has-
They exist. Like they're just straight up shotguns. They exist.
Yeah,
I
I was
don't
just
think
trying to
eBay
think
has
of
the,
something strong enough because remember, I'm trying to invent a new gun. Like that's my character's whim, like my want.
Yep.
In
Old
life is to make
shotgun.
something, and I'm like, wouldn't it be nice if I could just aim down there and then just like sweep a bunch of them?
I
Yeah,
mean, you
unfortunately,
could try to
I think a
invent
bolt
that.
shotgun would kill you from recoil.
That's fine. That's what
Yeah.
the inventing process is for.
I mean, you would have to come up with some sort of recoil compensation, but moving on to what's actually relevant in the moment, I have a bunch of Miliosaurs trying to claw at a motherfucker.
Yes.
However, because of what you said earlier, and because they've been reduced in power, their strength is a little bit weaker, and they also are going to be getting a good number of setback dice for each of these rolls. So... no crit.
Apparently not enough.
They want it.
They want it.
All right. Oh, and each of them only attacks once because there are only 3 of them alive. If you had killed one less, they would have attacked twice each.
I mean, I think he
Oh,
only had
man.
1 health anyway, so the minimum 1 damage.
Yep.
I'm gonna wait to see if one more hits before I say, okay, let me spend a glory to make him reroll the success.
So you had 2 successful hits on you total for 1 damage. I will allow you to use glory in that same capacity to maintain 1 HP. But keep in mind you're giving me ruin.
Are we taking a ruin away from him this session yet?
Yes.
I mean, I can
Don't believe
also use. I mean, I didn't use my True Fate yet, so I'll suffer 2 strain to.
I'm flipping a glory to stand up.
Hold on. Can I just shove this into chat? Probably not. And I'll just,
It's your
strain
once per
out.
session steal a ruin.
Yes.
Okay.
How about this? I'll. You've immediately flipped it back.
Yes, because
No,
I stole it.
he has an ability to steal it back
Ah.
from me, so yeah, that is...
And or
Actually,
I'll
the
put
state of
myself
things.
at 13 wounds and just be like, okay, I must be healed as soon as this encounter's over.
Yep,
Did we
I am
not
going
buy any
to...
quick heals? Oh no, we bought med kits.
Yeah, you do have some stuff for it, but you would have to sit down about and use that.
Yep.
Alright. It is now top of the turn order. Hey, Marius.
I shall Okay,
Reload fire.
Suffer 2 strain for stuff. My rerolls is free because I have fucking quick.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't need to suffer strain because I don't need to move. Wonderful.
Yep.
And then I'll simply just, shoot.
Shoot her!
Crossbow, go!
Shoot her!
Also, I'll keep my fire, fucking crossbow, to set them on fire. Where is my? There's my fucking.
No,
crossbow.
no, don't set them on fire. That's a bad idea.
Okay, you don't want me to set them on fire?
No, because I'm in the room.
Fine, shard bolt it is instead of incendiary.
Alright. What were the special qualities of the shard bolt?
It just makes it, if I crit it, it does a better effect, so it doesn't matter here.
He didn't ask how flammable or big
Noted.
the room was. He said firebolt.
I didn't. For this, it's not firebolt because my boy decided no.
The bolt plants
Sees you
itself in the
loading up
back
the fireball.
of the
Wait,
Nilhitsor's
wait.
head. I cast fireball.
But the room's
I
only
cast-
5 feet.
I cast magic missile, but there's nobody there. I cast it out the darkness.
I casted it the darkness.
So there's that. You manage to plant a crossbow bolt in the back of one of their heads, and it seems to do the job in tipping the scales in your favor, knocking it over dead. Freddy has a shot before we get back to Mr. Swing 'em Up.
I'm swinging at vague shapes of color at this point.
Yep. Alright, do you want to roll real quick for me for Freddy?
Yeah. Volgan, 3 difficulty, go. Oh my god, let's go.
Hey,
Hey, you did a thing.
Exactly. Let me just, boop, 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 boop,
Freddy
boop.
don't need it.
Oh my god.
It would have dealt
Freddy
one more
needed
damage.
an extra damage.
Actually, you needed an extra 2 damage, as one of them it takes a good chunk of damage but still stands. You're literally 1 HP off killing one more of them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you
Thank
just
you.
kill it anyway?
Very quiet. Thank you.
No problem. It's your turn.
His turn?
Boy,
Yeah, it's
oh
32's
boy.
turn.
Nice.
You know what? I'm going to aim twice. Actually, I take it back. I'm going to aim once and hit it. Aim guard once. Yes. Am I experiencing blood loss?
Oh yeah, what does guard do? Does guard increase difficulty?
Yeah, you can add 1 setback, 1 black die.
Ah, gotcha. So I did already account for it. Just making sure. Alright.
Thank God he never misses.
Yeah, so as per the rules in Genesys, crits, if you are hitting a group, which you definitely are, a group of 2, and you get a crit, it deals the damage threshold of 1 plus 1.
Nice.
And you needed 1 HP to kill one of them, and then you deal the entire health of another one.
Nice.
So suffice to say, you basically hammer cleave these 2 into each other and crash them into a chitinous blob of mess as you scream in triumph for a moment and then collapse unconscious.
Oh, I think those insides are not supposed to be on the outsides.
Just like casually bleeding out on the floor now.
Normally all I smell is bleach, but suddenly I smell copper and he
Iron.
falls to the ground.
So all things considered, 32 is unconscious at the moment.
Well, I would have to make my way down without a ladder.
Give me an athletics check, difficulty 2 if you do it very slowly, but if you're in a rush to get the 32, add a difficulty.
He's fine.
There's 2 other people in the room that could heal. Please.
Yeah, the rest of you can probably reach him before he can even climb down anyway, so Freddy and Marius and Sigismund can run in.
Yeah.
I am in great pain.
Freddy looks reluctant to do anything and tells you that he has doing anything medically related is patching up a small cut at work with a medical kit once.
I have a stim pack on me. Just put it in and pull down the plunger.
Exactly.
There's probably a porthole somewhere on these tubes that you could put it in. You don't even have to think.
Yeah, so if you want to consume that, go ahead and do the effects. It'll take you like a minute or 2 to wake up.
What's the roll?
For healing?
The stim pack healing. It's like 1d4?
I would have to
1d6?
double check what it has, but let me see real quick.
It's somewhere between 4 and 6. My gut tells me 4, but I want the 6.
Mhm.
1d47.
I don't think that's a stem. Right. Yeah, stem isn't the right one. What do you have in your inventory? I need to actually see this.
I think we just called the healing item a stim pack.
No, the medikits contain.
It's a standard medikit.
Yeah, synth skin patches, antiseptics, self-sealing bandages, pressure tourniquets. A standard kit adds a blue dice to a medicine check as long as the user possesses the medicine skill.
The Medicae skill.
Not the Medicae skill.
It's Warhammer. They have to make all the words wrong.
Yes.
Through the Kaiser.
Real.
I'm looking up the base healing rules for this.
I just click on the YouTube page. 32 not balling at the moment. I am not balling at the moment. It's alright, he feels no pain.
Right.
I'm sorry, I mean he feels nothing but pain.
A character may attempt, in this case, medicine check, because I'm reading from the core rulebook, not the Warhammer rulebook, to help a character heal wounds. Each character may only receive 1 medicine check each encounter, as there is only so much good that the first aid kit can do to help the character. Difficulty of the check is based on the target's current state of health. On a successful check, the target heals the number of wounds equal to the number of successes generated by the medicine roll, and heals an amount of strain equal to the number advantage. In this case, you can also attempt critical injury recovery, but that's unrelated to this. But it basically, at the moment, the current wounds realistically would exceed your wound threshold, but don't, by technicality of you being at 1 HP and unconscious. So, 2 difficulty for this check.
I'm still climbing.
So it would be a difficulty 2 Medicae check with a standard medikit.
Who do you think is better at this? Sigismund or Freddy?
Sigismund.
Okay, at what at Medicaid? My Medicaid.
God damn it, why is Steve the best?
Woo!
You get 1 blue die with the kit.
Yeah, Freddy only has a
I know,
1
hold on.
in Medicae.
Holy
Okay.
shit! All
Let me
right.
roll my Medicaid with 1
no.
blue die.
Hold on.
No.
I'm coming
I can-
down.
And then I can ask the Emperor himself to give me 2 more blue die. Come on, man.
I see you try and take out a bandage and put it on backwards, and I'm like, wait for me.
Yeah, we'll just say CC gets down and you can do the check if you really want.
I mean, I still get an extra blue anyway, so I think it might be in our best interest.
No,
to
you do
try.
not get you do not get the extra blue.
Oh, from
You
the
do not.
hidden?
You do not have the skill. You do not have any ranks in the Medicaid skill.
I don't think any of us do we?
Nope. So you just get to do it in general.
Alrighty. And Band-Aid goes over the nose hole. Hey!
Ignore the threats, by the way.
Woo!
4 HP.
Yep, you're back up 4 HP and you are stabilized. You're not bleeding out. And as a few minutes pass and you come to, still sitting in this room, surrounded by the thorns and everything, you hear some weird shuffling behind you and turn to look at this strange gate. And notice that somebody is watching you on the other side.
Are you saying hello?
Sigismund turns around and immediately feels the stench of chaos emanating from this being as they look at you with a tilted head and a smug, mischievous expression. They look about at your surroundings just as 32 is coming to and say, "This place looks awfully nice." And tosses a Molotov in the room. Roll me a difficulty 4 athletics check to get the fuck out of Dodge. Oh, and add 2 black die.
Add 2 what?
Black die.
What difficulty?
Difficulty 4 total.
Phew! Thank God for drugs.
So difficulty 2 athletics.
Difficulty
Is it
4
Yeah.
athletics.
Oh, it's athletics. Fuck, I rolled
And 2
coordination.
black dice.
Yep. Plus 2 black dice on top of that. Yep. So 4 purple, 2
Oh,
black.
Doesn't matter.
I'll use my Call the Emperor card to add 2 to that as well.
Alright.
I did it.
So, as you all notice, the room suddenly start to catch fire very rapidly from the dry, very flammable thorns, and the figure seems to disappear entirely out of view. Flame engulfs the entire room around you supremely rapidly. In spite of your past injuries, you manage to leap from here and charge out of the room, screaming at the top of your lungs as the fire licks behind you. Cece and Freddy, sadly, are not so nimble to escape and appear to get caught behind. So basically, you all you're heading towards this way. You two make it just fine. And the other 2 of you are just about here when the Promethium tank catches.
It's fun. I heard rumor that squats are resistant to fire. Let's see. Let's see how this goes.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid those were just rumors.
I don't know what you're talking about. My superstition worked earlier. I'll use my body to shield Freddy.
I need to find the correct weapon template to use.
As a good leader would, I will legitimately use my body to get in front of Freddy.
Can we help them in any way?
In this certain circumstance, no.
Not even by flip of glory?
No.
Perfect shot.
We'll be fine.
Worth a shot.
Like
Always
I said,
worth a shot.
squats are immune to fire, or else we wouldn't be so good with gunpowder. I say
remember
immune,
when I
though. What I
was-
meant was resistant.
Give me just 1 second to fix this.
No, I mean
do a thing.
immune.
Joke's on you, DM. I'll look even cooler with burn scars all over my body because it's Warhammer.
Steve will join us in also being bald.
Fuck you.
That's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be, except for the 4 advantages. That's pretty bad.
Weapons with burn inflict damage over time. When burn is triggered, one target hit by the attack continues to suffer the weapon's base damage each round for a number of rounds equal to the number's burn rating.
Nah, reroll that.
Easy.
You don't get that crit.
Easy.
Vetoed.
What do you mean,
as a
vetoed?
result of this whole entire thing being a result of me using my ruin.
God damn it. You still get the hit. You just don't get the crit.
No, like I keep saying, easy.
Fair enough. I'll allow it. You still get burned, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the crit was way worse. 4 crit was really bad. At least I think it was.
The weapon has a large spread and explosive blast or a simple area of blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. By the way, ignore soak.
Yep.
So 10 damage straight up to you and 10 damage straight up to Freddy.
How dare
And you
I
are
said I
both
used
on
my
fire.
body.
It is a fuck-off huge promethium tank blowing up next to you, setting you on fire and throwing shrapnel everywhere.
All right, can I... Well, yeah, but, like, I can still use, like, a partial chunk of my body to protect his head.
You become part of the shrapnel and get launched into Freddy. Vetoed.
Damn it.
Freddy takes damage from you hitting him.
Yeah, if you're protecting him from the rest of the blast, he's taking damage from your fucking weight blasting into him. Vetoed. He
dare
still
you.
takes it.
How dare you? I am a lightweight princess.
So,
since I vetoed the crit, what would you have done with the crit anyway?
I forget what I would have done off the top of
Turned
my
us
head.
both
but-
into make a character next session.
I could have fucked up some of your gear, or given you an actual wound on one of your limbs that would have affected stats and rolls. That's about the worst I would have done. I would have fucking, like, rinsed his carbine or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been fucked up. That's all he has.
No, I guess realistically, I would have been like, fuck you, Freddy, protect my gun, use your body.
Hey.
Here's a
But
tank
yeah,
exploding.
Also,
You're ready to make a coordination check for the fucking fire.
oh, and I also have to, there we go. I have to wake up a fucker. I forget that literally every single status effect can be applied multiple times, so I was just making you double and triple unconscious when I was trying to disable it. You have to right-click to remove.
Epic.
After this massive explosion, 32 finally wakes up. That was some weird sleepwalking. Good thing it was all a dream. Oh wait, they're on fire.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Do a coordination check. By the way, the game's still paused. They can't do a coordination check.
Yeah, so the way burn works is, as you mentioned, you need to do a coordination check. It is average difficulty 2.
Perfect. Not perfect.
So, Freddy manages to snuff it out pretty immediately, which is good for Freddy.
I told you guys squats are immune to fire.
You, however, are in trouble because it deals as base damage again. And its base damage is 8. This time you do get soak.
So I take 3, so I hit exactly my threshold.
Yep.
And now you gotta roll it again.
Well, how am I supposed to use it again if I'm passed out?
Alright, time to just roll them back and forth.
Yeah, come on. Like I said, lightweight princess, just roll me around. Don't be weird about it.
When a PC suffers wounds greater than their wound threshold, they are knocked out and incapacitated until their wounds are reduced so they no longer exceed their wound threshold. You're barely still conscious, actually, is how it would work.
Oh, until I exceed. Okay.
Yeah, you go unconscious and are in really bad state, incapacitated after you surpass your wound threshold, or unless I narratively declare it like I did earlier.
Alright, do I roll coordination again?
Yes! Still difficulty 2. If you fail this one, you go unconscious. There you go.
Just patting it off. Ooh, close one.
You are in very bad shape at the moment.
Yeah.
That's right, I'm about to roll medicine.
Here, try this drug. My pupils just dilate to the whole size of my eyes.
It's difficulty 2, right? Easy peasy.
Medicaid check. Equal... Yep, still difficulty 2.
Let it be known, I'll miss. Fuck.
Fucking...
I've missed one roll this entire fucking session. It had to be this one.
You have no idea how to use this medical kit to patch burn wounds.
Sigismund, you seem like you'd have an idea of how to use medical kits to patch burn wounds.
You want me to also fucking roll?
I will allow it, but you have to consume an additional medikit. Because 32 wasted that one.
Do we want to do that? I don't mind.
Want to? I think we kind of have to.
Great.
If anyone so much as pokes CC in the ribs a bit too hard, he falls unconscious, so...
So I'll just roll Medicaid flat.
I see him with, like, the alcohol, and he just, like, gets ready to pour it on my burns, and I'm like, don't!
Sure, I'll roll pure Medicaid and do a fucking prayer to the God Emperor before this to fucking help me, because to help what CC at this point, because Jesus Christ.
If you rip a sticky band-aid off me wrong, I'm going under.
We know. Okay, so just a flat roll?
Yes, just flat roll for me.
Cool. There.
Alright, you are back to... You're back up 2 wounds.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Oh, can you take the little fire emblem?
Oh yeah, I'll take down your effect.
Thank you. Much appreciated, my lord.
There you go. All right.
I have a bit of a crazy suggestion. Alright. Hear me out. Now that we know there is a boss fight up ahead, how about we just leave and go get some guys and come back?
Totally, they won't also fuck off. Totally.
He's definitely going to make the encounter harder. But
I mean, I already
can't-
established one of the weapons, and there's more than that guy there, so you can already sort of tell. I can't fucking just, like, gloss over
Listen,
that.
Maybe if I offer up my newly tanned, supple body, that they will.
Sorry,
let
I
us
don't
through.
swing that way.
Damn it.
Just tell him that you want been the daddy, but Nurgling beat you over the fence.
I'm vote for team fuck off. We didn't find it.
I didn't say we don't come back. I just said we heal.
Or we tell them that we did find it and that who owns it.
That's a great thing about stack location. You can just
maybe
come
they
back.
will. Well, yeah, but maybe we'll tell them, hey, we figured out who might have it. You should come secure the asset with us. And then they might tell us to fuck off, but that's fine.
They might just kill us.
To be fair, the suicide mission so far,
Has been living
pretty
up to the
close.
suicide.
Pretty close.
Suicide's a badass.
True.
Well, what is your decision, gentlemen?
Definitely have to leave. Like, I do not think that it is an option to not.
Considering only one of us is standing currently.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair enough assessment.
We might have to roll the dice and come back another day. Maybe the cultists take over the entire facility. Maybe they hunker down in their base and have another orgy.
Also fair.
After all, they saw us one time. It's not like they can put together an entire plan off of that. Other than being agitated.
We should leave quickly. We'll
Also,
talk about
maybe-
this in the car.
They could just assume we burned to death in the fire.
No. I'm gonna go talk about this in the car. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for the laser engine to boot up.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Is the room still on fire?
Oh, that room over there? Hell the fuck yes. It's gonna be burning for a while.
Alright. Well, why
I just
do you
kinda-
may not know?
I just yell back, by the way, there's tanks of gas in there, so
This is the gasoline room, even though I'm immune to it, who cares? Quote unquote immune to it.
Yeah, the smell of gasoline now gives you a mild bit of fright, CC. I wonder why. It might just be called trauma.
Oh no.
Wonderful.
Oh, I'm in a terrible spot. I can't get Freddy off of me.
Freddy's like,
I'll
don't
fix
leave.
it in a moment. But yeah, alright, so your plan, which is very sound, is to fucking get out of Dodge. For now. And so you all retreat out of the cave. Two of you severely burned, one of you severely bitten, and the last of you,
Don't you mean The Last of Us?
severely loyal to the Emperor.
You're gonna have him kill me. He's gonna kill me so that I start punishing you. We're gonna start getting group punishment.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
Yeah. I like your mentality, my friend. That
You see, the thing about recon missions is we still recon, so that's technically a success.
yeah. All right.
Just like how America won the Vietnam War.
Oh god.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. All right.
Ignore the capital
Well.
of Saigon. That does not matter.
With that in mind, that would be the end of the session until next time. In between sessions, we will discuss some things among us.
Wait, Can we end on me doing my driving check? I feel like anyone who does watch this really just looks forward to anytime I get behind a vehicle.
You are.
Wait.
Hold up,
Never mind.
hold up, hold up,
Oh,
hold up, hold up.
yep,
You are severely fucking burned.
yep.
Just let him have this.
Turn one of those into a red dice and re-roll for me.
Oh, fuck. This is how we win. Triumph?
Triumph is a crit, but it also already counted as a success, so that would be a wash with a something?
2 successes.
I just asked the car nicely. I'm like, please just don't fucking let me fuck this up.
What would 2 successes and advantage even be on the drive?
Not really much of anything. It just means you wouldn't run into any issues. Instead, the fact that your eyes are nearly caked over with your burned skin means that driving home is extremely slow. And so it's going to take you an extra good day to get back.
Fuck.
Because half the time, you can't see partway in front of you. And you can't move your arms that hard.
That is fair.
It fucking sucks the entire ride home. But you don't, because of the Triumph, you don't run into anybody trying to kill you. That is what I'll give you. It just takes a lot longer.
This resets to 3 next session. Can I spin the glory?
What do you want to do?
Can I spin the glory for both of us to roll a D4 for healing?
Fine.
It's gonna be back at 3-3 anyway, so just let all of us just roll 1 D4.
While I'm back, I'm like, Freddy, get my eyes, I can't see. He just gets the things that you use to scrape the bottom of your feet with.
Freddy had to heal anyway, so I guess this still works.
But it's for my eyes.
Oh. I think that I'm only missing 1 wound. Wonderful.
Yeah, you're back up to full HP.
That must be nice.
That is not. That is.
Why? I clicked on my character. Why is it still rolling for Freddy?
CC is back up an additional 3.
Fuck. I'll take a 2.
You'll take a 1 because that was your first
God
1
damn it.
before roll.
All in all, not too bad. Fun session.
Son of a...
Explosions, dead insects who are now burned to a crisp and probably don't have any Triton of any use to you. And a strange cult off in the cave, and some rat guys that fucked off into nowhere and you haven't seen since.
Yes, but that cult's in a room with a bunch of containers.
Bunch of shipping crates, yes. What they might contain? Who fucking knows? Maybe you, at some other point. But that won't be now, because you've driven back to base, and that is the end of our session for today, folks. Thank you for joining us. I am very glad to see these guys manage to get through it alive. And
No,
yet,
not.
I still got to mess with him as much as I could.
All right, peace.
Bye. Take care. Bye.